December live cattle closed sharply lower, and at this point we've given back most of Monday's sharp rally. The failure comes from earlier in the week. We were testing and trying to get back over the 100-day moving average, which is a very key level of resistance at this point, and failed throughout the middle of the week. So then the sell-off came here on Thursday. We are also at 36% on the relative strength index. So while it is a market that we would consider oversold, it is not an extreme case of being oversold like it was at the end of last week. So there could be more downside potential for the live cattle market. Part of the weakness, I think, coming from sharply lower equities. Stock market was lower. That usually causes some demand concerns. If people are not doing as well in their 401ks, the thought is that they might be a little bit less willing to spend for higher priced beef at the butcher's counter. So that was part of the weakness. But also yesterday we had comments coming from the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, saying that egg imports will begin in the coming days. And the trade looks at that as meaning the Argentinian beef that was agreed upon, about 80,000 metric tons, which, by the way, it's really not a whole lot compared to what we usually import from Argentina, which last year was about 43,000 metric tons. So really the difference makes up for about a day and a half of U.S. production. But it's the idea that the administration is trying to bring in more supply of beef, and the market is taking note of that. In the meantime, the USDA also announced on Thursday that we opened a sterile fly facility in northeastern Mexico to fight the New World screwworm. They're going to be dropping aerially these sterile flies in order to contain the matter. And this is seen as being a big step towards reopening the border. That was probably the main reason we saw a lot of pressure on the live cattle and also feeder cattle here on Thursday. So lots going on in the cattle complex. So everybody, you stay tuned and you stay safe.